All right, Oval fans. Now, I have to say, this was a pretty solid episode. I mean, for the most part, you could argue that most of it's kind of the same old, but what bolsters the episode score to me, or boosted, however you want to say it, was the acting from Richard and Nancy when they found out the bad news about Barry. Now, granted, I posted a number of Oval videos yesterday afternoon, and that's because, I recorded a good chunk of videos last week, but I knew the Karen baby stuff would be the main draw for views, so I got those out immediately last week, and I let them take center stage on the channel. And since the Oval content doesn't always do huge numbers, I waited to post those videos. So let me tell you, I had no idea. I had no idea that we would finally get confirmation that Barry is dead in the show. It just seemed to me like, okay, Nancy's freaking out, and then we got a bunch of photos dropped, and, it just kind of told the story for me, and I was able to piece together that, wow, Barry is really dead. And I forgot that, this was episode 19. We only got 3 episodes left in the season. You know what? Because next week is the last quote-unquote normal episode, because 21 is the penultimate episode, and 22 is the finale. So, folks, season 5 will be coming to a close in just a couple of short weeks. So, breaking news, I give it an 8 out of 10. Like I said, I gave the score a couple extra points because the acting from Nancy and Richard was truly, truly, truly locked in. It was some good stuff. Sad, but good. Okay, so picking up where we left off, Nancy is freaked out by whatever she sees, and the story kind of rushes ahead from there. Sam actually shows up, gun in hand. He's trying to figure out what's going on, and well, it's a sad sight. So the next thing you know, we got, police officers and everything, because it's a crime scene. Richard rushes in, and he's trying to figure out what's going on. Sam is trying to control the situation because he doesn't want his friend to see what he and Nancy saw. But Richard, says, no, I need to see. Because Sam's like, look, we don't even know if it's him. We need to check the DNA and everything. So Richard kind of pushes his way into it, looks, he kind of bends down so he can look, because the person tied up to the chair, their head is hanging down. So he looks and he knows it's his son. Richard rushes out of there, man. It was sad. Then Nancy follows before Sam comes out. And again, he's trying to calm them down, saying, look, we don't know yet. Please don't jump to conclusions because, we need to figure this thing out, DNA and whatnot. And Richard's like, no, I know that's my son. I know him when I see him. And yeah, that was definitely Barry. Now, I could be wrong. But I think Barry was wearing the same yellow hoodie he was wearing when his body was in Kareem's apartment. Now, could this mean that his body was recovered from that construction site? Like, what did Antonio and Kareem do? Did they just give the body over to some people like, hey, you know what? Use this kid to try to get some money like he was kidding. I don't know how his corpse got recovered, but regardless, that's Barry. So Barry is dead. Richard and Nancy are both falling apart. And in that moment, it's kind of like, screw our marital issues. That's our boy in there, and he's gone. And it speaks volumes to what I said before. Yeah, it probably makes sense that Nancy saw Barry in there, because if you remember when she was all high and loopy, she kept saying, I know Barry's dead. I seen him. He's dead. Nancy, don't you say that. Don't you say that. And yes, he is dead. Sam gets Richard to take Nancy home because it's a crime scene and, they're trying to figure things out. And, oh, man. Okay, so this is where the episode gets a bit annoying. So Sam makes his way back to the White House because, remember, he's still trying to get this story thing with Lena and Jason. So he goes to the White House. Priscilla's in the kitchen. Yet again, you all know how I feel about Priscilla. Hi, Priscilla. And then, I know your ass ain't talking to me. Barry is dead. And then the minute he says that, she quickly starts like falling apart. Nancy is going to need you. And then in the midst of her going like, thank you for telling me, Priscilla, look, can we talk? I know your ass ain't. I've been. I don't know who drives me crazier, her or Karen from Sisters. Priscilla. I don't even. I'm just done. So, okay. Bobby and Simone get to the White House. Max is smugly looking at them because he knows they did nasty. And Eli's currently in a cabinet meeting. So Simone would wait in his office until the meeting is over. So she asked Bobby to go to the kitchen to get her some tea to kind of help her unwind before she has to go in there. So Bobby shows up, and the moment he comes through the door, Priscilla's all over him. Oh, hi, Bobby. Is there anything I could do for you? Is there anything you need? Yeah, the first lady needs some tea. First lady, Simone. Yeah, well, what are you doing later? Do you want to hang out? Do you want to? First of all, Bobby ain't thinking about you, Priscilla. He just banged Simone. Secondly, because remember, Priscilla's all talk. Bobby knows this is just a ruse to get a rise out of Sam. And when they were finally alone together, Priscilla didn't want to do anything. But guess what? Bobby baby just got him from Simone, and she wants some more later. So he ain't thinking about you. So even Sam was like, Priscilla, I just told you Barry's dead. And it's like, you're really doing this right now. And, well, yeah, I just got some bad news, Bobby. Yeah, you want to hang out? Bobby ain't, he ain't saying a word. He just said that he needed the tea for Simone. And he and Sam glare each other down. And Sam, why don't you go find something else to do? I'll leave after he leaves. And then Bobby just leaves. And then he's like, so how long are you going to do this? Until you get a reminder of how much you hurt me. Shut the hell up, Priscilla. Damn. I hate to say it, but I'm glad Kyle's going to choke her ass in the next episode. I'm sick of her. People talk about, I'm sick of Nancy. I'm sick of... Look, Nancy does dumb crap all the time. Absolutely. But Priscilla's just next level. I cannot stand her fake ass. Because every time she is trying to talk her way out of talk her way into like, oh, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. And then when you're finally alone with somebody, she still loves Sam because the moment he leaves, that's when she starts crying. But then again, that could just be Barry stuff. But I don't know. Her fake acts. I'm done. I am beyond done. So once Sam leaves the kitchen, he goes to meet up with Lena and basically he says, look, this meeting we have is still scheduled. But the thing is, we can't be seen together. So meet me at the location. I gotta blindfold you. And it's like, wait, is this dangerous? Look, it's a big deal, but I know you can do it. So Lena leaves, and because apparently they've known each other for a while, so maybe they haven't hit each other, in terms sexually yet, but they have a long-standing relationship in terms of being colleagues. So from there, we go over to Priscilla bringing the tray with the tea over to Simone. Now, after we have Priscilla going inside to talk with Simone, she basically talks to her about the situation because it's like, okay, this is the first time these two are seeing each other since Simone learned about the affair. And this is again the fake ass. Oh, well, you need to play cool, right? I'm like, keep your composure. You are the last person to try to tell somebody to maintain their composure when Simone is going through the same shit you are going through. Yeah, she didn't hold herself together well, especially after she started drinking, because it's like, wait, I got your tea, but do you need anything strong to drink? No. If I do that, I'm going to be even more loose than I am now. I was before. And that's what makes Priscilla so annoying. Yes, I understand you're hurt, but your husband cheated, but it's just the fact that this is the season 1 crap that pushed your husband into cheating anyway. You being present, attentive, and caring to everyone but your own man. Okay. So she agrees to call her later after she meets with Eli. But on the outside, we got Max kind of chastising Bobby about the whole situation of, you always want to risk it, huh? Because, he first it was Simone. Now you're interacting with your second, side chick or whatever who's married. But the thing is, did you ever think about the off chance that Simone and Eli might, make up or something? And then what if Simone runs her mouth and talks to him about cheating and whatnot? But Bob's, oh, that's never going to happen, because he switches gears to talk about her FBI connections. And it turns out that Max knows a little something on the side too, because he has his own contacts. So he knows those FBI agents, their front with the Rakadushi in terms of their, investigation is a smokescreen to what their real operation is, which is bringing down the administration. So from there, the cabinet meeting is over because, again, unlike Hunter, Eli is actually doing his damn job. Max comes in to tell Eli about, his wife being there, but also the fact that there's no luck on contacting the previous first lady, because remember, Victoria's in the bunker, but Eli does not know that. So Simone's brought in. Basically, she apologizes about the whole thing. Yeah, it was ridiculous for me to think you were cheating and whatnot. You've done nothing to make it seem like you've cheated at all in our entire relationship. And I jumped to conclusions and whatnot. And just, well, hey, thank you for saying that. And just thanks for understanding, because, I'm really busy because I'm neck deep in work, because, this asshole never does anything, and I will come home, but you might as well go to sleep instead of waiting up for me, because I got a lot more work to do, which we really know he's sticking around the White House to see if he can see Victoria again. So from there, we go over to Donald, who is telling Kyle about the situation involving, the first lady putting drugs in Hunter's food to keep him from walking. And once the president gets up to move, you need to go on the residency and get those pills. How am I going to do that? Well, he's going to move because the first lady's in the infirmary and he's going to go down there to gloat at some point. So once he does that, that'll be your opportunity to leave. Now, keep in mind, when Donald first sees Kyle come into his office, he asks, "Where were you?" "Oh, I was taking care of something." And then once he is on his way out, Donald leaves his office to tell Alan he's going home for the day. Alan says, "Yeah, I got a couple things to wrap up and I'll be gone too. It was a long day around here." And once Donald leaves, we have Kyle pop in just to kind of once again say, "Hey, you and Dale ain't doing anything, are you?" "I'm not doing anything with Dale." "Jeez, just leave, Kyle, leave." So we have Donald exiting the White House, and he's talking to Agent Kane. And Agent Kane has apparently been tracking Kyle for Donald, and the address shows that he was over at Alan's place for about 30 minutes. So Donald knows something is up. Now, ironically enough, when Alan gets home, Dale tells Alan about his past as an escort with a bad dude who was a pimp. And Kyle threatened to, tell him where I was and whatnot, so I need to go over to Kyle's. Now, Alan quickly deduces that, you know what, Kyle was right about you. You love the thrill of all this drama and the danger and whatnot. But the tone shifts gears when Dale talks about how, yeah, Kyle told me about how this pimp killed my parents and whatnot. So I got to do what he says. But plus, we need a man on the inside, right? So I got to just go over there and do what I got to do. And at first, I thought, he was going to tell Alan, who was kind of, just over everything. Look, another reason I'm doing this because he said he'll tell the pimp where I'm at. And like, the last thing you need is for another source of danger to come through your front door on account of me. But that never came up. Instead, Dale kind of asked, like, "Wait, are you jealous or something? Like, the way you're just mad?" "Look, I'm just over this whole thing, Dale. Like, personally, I don't think Alan is gay, but maybe he's just, again, over this entire situation, because anytime he seemingly meets an ally, somebody either gets killed or they abandons him. So I don't know, maybe Alan is jealous, but I honestly don't think but that's just me. I don't know. I don't really have a strong, quote unquote, gaydar to detect somebody giving off those vibes. But to me, it just seemed like Alan being classic frustrated Alan. I don't know. So from there, we go over to Hunter, who's asking Isaac for his walker, but Isaac says, "Look, I mean, based on the doctor's evaluation, you don't seem strong enough to be on a walker." But Hunter is determined to remain strong, saying, like, "I got to heal up so I can show myself in front of the country." But Hunter was wrong. Isaac was right. Even though he managed to get on his feet to get on the walker, he wasn't strong enough to move it. So asking for his wheelchair, he's taken down to the infirmary just as Donald had predicted. So he goes down to the infirmary to talk with Victoria, basically chastising her about her entire scheme and how you basically jacked up the entire operation here by putting that idiot in power, and daddy can't help you now. And I'm talking with the kids, Jason and Gail. We're all going to come forward and expose you. You'll be behind bars. And Victoria's like, hey, if I'm going down, I'm taking everyone with me. Oh, no, you won't, dear, because guess what? Everybody's going to see me as the poor, victimized husband, while the evil, wicked, witch will be behind bars. So then he leaves. Now, from there, we go over to Lena and Sam. And technically my prediction was kind of right. It wasn't the cliffhanger, but it might as well have been. So Lena and Sam get to the location. She is shocked that Jason is still alive. And, even though she's like, look, you know what? I think my boss needs to be involved with this or something because it's too much for me. But Sam calms her down. It's like, look, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. So from there, we go over to Priscilla, who catches Kyle looking for those pills for Hunter's food in the residency. And that's the end of the episode. But also, I mentioned this earlier, but a quick scene. Sam does arrive over at Richard and Nancy's prior to the location with Lena and Jason, just to confirm the DNA. It was indeed Barry. And, Richard kind of goes off on Nancy like, well, why would you even go over there if you got that call and it didn't sound like Barry? And, well, I thought, why didn't you wait for Sam? And then Sam calms him down like, look, it doesn't matter, Richard, because Barry, he was in that state for days, even before Nancy got the call. So even if Sam had went without Nancy, as soon as she got the call, Barry was already dead. So Nancy falling up the stairs, falling up and crawling up the stairs was a lot. Richard breaking down saying he has nothing, which is true. I mean, his dad betrayed him. His wife betrayed him. His nephew / uncle Picky is dead. His son is dead. Richard's lost everything. I feel bad. But overall, this was a very solid episode, and I stand by my score of an 8 out of 10. Let me know what you think about breaking news in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next video.